Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Alpha Omega occasionally. On this occasion, you'll find me sitting in a school car park at 10 to 8 in the morning. I've just left my son off to school. But I tell you this much, where would I rather be? Where would I rather be other than doing a school run at 60 years old? I tell you, there's a lot of other places I'd rather be, and it's not necessarily Thailand. Before we start this video, I'm just going to say that you don't have to look at me during this video. I'm going to flip the camera and I'm going to talk over the bedlam traffic that I have to endure while I'm bringing my son to and from school. And I always say to myself, I usually say to myself at times like this, what the hell am I doing here? So what am I doing here? I mean, it's now 5 to 8 on a Wednesday morning. And I'm going back home after leaving my son to school. And it's times like this that I realise, you know, did I jump the gun when coming to Thailand? There's lots of places you could go. There are so many places you can go. Now, I'm talking from the perspective of an EU passport holder, which means obviously that an EU passport holder can live and work in any EU country without any kind of restriction. You don't need visas, you don't need visa runs, you don't need 90-day reports, you don't have to dread every integrity legal video that comes out, even though it's a good channel and all the rest of it. But, you know, you live here, I wouldn't say, it's not a knife edge, but you're on a 1-year visa that's if you're on if you're retired or you're married, that's the kind of perspective I'm talking about. You're on a 1-year visa and you can't do this and you can't do that, and they've got the restrictions on it, and you say, what the hell? Where would I rather be? Well, I'll tell you, I've often thought of this. I'm not necessarily an extrovert. I behave, maybe I come across as one, I don't know. But I like my solitude. At this stage of my life, I crave solitude. I crave simplicity. And there's nothing simple about what you're witnessing here at 8 o'clock now. And I'm not giving you, I don't want to timestamp every minute of it. And there's nothing simple about life here when it comes to being an expat. You can live a simple life if you want to. But you see, you've got all those visa things to concern yourself with. What about I've seen other guys who've retired to the south of Spain. The south of Spain. Hablo español un poquito. Una vez por favor. ¿Cómo está? You know, I have a few words of Spanish. I don't need a visa to live in Spain. I could buy a small caravan in the south of Spain for under €5,000. And I could do my online stuff, like I teach online. I could do my YouTube stuff from the south of Spain. And I wouldn't have to worry about all the absolute red tape and rigmarole that I have to go through here just to stay here. And as well as that, I wouldn't be married. That's it, lads. I wouldn't be married. I love my wife. I love my son. This is the situation I find myself in. I'm going to let this guy out. That's what Thais don't do. But I would prefer. You see, faraway hills are greener. But I would prefer is maybe the wrong word. For oft when on my couch I lie, in the bliss of solitude, that's when I start to think about things that's when I start to think about my situation here. And what's the prospect for the future? The prospect for the future is to continue as I go and just jump through the hoops and meet the criteria of satisfying the visa requirements. But how would it be? How would it be to have your own little caravan in the south of Spain or the south of Italy, the Lampedusa or wherever. I don't know if Lampedusa is a good place to live. Or Malta. Malta, there you go. Malta's an EU country. I don't need a visa. I could go there tomorrow. I could buy a property. I could buy my caravan. I could work online. I could make YouTube videos. And I'd be single. And, oh yeah, this is the other thing. I have criticised the guys who go to Pattaya for their retirement or whatever it is, or Phuket. And I've seen videos on YouTube where British guys seek out their Sunday roast. And I say, what the hell did they come to Thailand for if they're looking to eat Sunday roast or their fish and chips? I can tell you, as a Dubliner, I've never eaten fish and chips in my life. I mean, I live as a Thai. I really do. Not that I don't go to McDonald's and I don't enjoy the comforts of a Western kind of lifestyle in Thailand, but I don't live a Western lifestyle in Thailand. But I avail of what's available in terms of Western culture in Thailand, like bars and fast food restaurants, stuff like that. But I would be much I would say not happier. I would be much more content in myself if I wasn't driving through the streets of Bangkok at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'd be much more content to wake up in a little caravan in the south of Spain, go down to the local supermarket or village and buy myself a beautiful European style coffee and have some wonderful European style cuisine food for breakfast. Yes, I'd love a fry. I'd be sitting by the beach, let's say, in my little caravan. You wouldn't necessarily have a beach view, but sitting in your caravan the south of Spain on a Wednesday morning, and you've got a few things to do online, and you're going to make a few YouTube videos, and you're going to toddle along, and then in the evening you can go down to the local village and have a few have a few beers, and you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about senoritas that you have here in Thailand that are going to rip you off. That's what it is here, you see. That's what it is. This, the majority of people that come here eat, well, I'd say, I talk about the Europeans, I'd say, primarily British. I'm not British, I'm Irish. But, the majority of people that come here, they come here and have their Sunday roast, their fish and chips, they watch the Premiership, they drink their British lager and read their British newspapers, and all they want is their culture in a warmer climate. Well, if you want that, and I mean that, I'm kind of the same. I'm not criticising, I'm just saying, now I realise that that's what I would like. I would like to watch the Premiership. I would like, and I know you can here, but where I live in the Thai, I live in Wei Guang, which is Thai. I don't pay for a company, my network provider, whatever you want to call it, for a package for the Premiership, because I don't watch it that much. But I'd like to sit in a bar on a Saturday evening and have fish and chips or whatever it may be, or burgers, cheeseburgers, and watch a European or American sporting event, because that's where I'd rather be. This, for me now, in the beginning, it was all new and it was a novelty and it was wonderful and it was all this, that and the other. It still is, lads, it still is. I love my life here, but it would be preferable. It would be preferable if I was able to talk to you now, reaching the age of 60 and having myself set up with my own little place in the south of Europe, like Spain or Italy or Greece or Malta, and just don't have the concern of bloody visas. You see, for a younger man, it's no problem. You can, but when you're older, it's something I don't want to have to deal with. It's really something I don't want to have to deal with. So I'm going home now, and I've got pizza in the fridge. Yeah, I've got, but the problem is, I'm not going to mention the name of the company because you can't say things like that here. But you see, it's Thai-style pizza. And it's just okay. There's a sandwich in the fridge from a convenience store, I'm not going to mention the name again. And it's a Thai-style sandwich. It's, I don't know what it is. I don't know what's in it. But you see, the stuff you get living in a Thai environment, and I mean, when I say a Thai environment, excluding Pattaya and Phuket and places like that, because this is Wigwang now, where we are now. Living in a place like this, you don't get to enjoy the familiar things of a Western culture, Western lifestyle. There's your man selling his dried fish or something on a thing. But the Thais do Western stuff badly. And of course, if the tables were reversed, would we do Thai stuff any better? I mean, the Thai beer is all right. It's all right. I mean, I've got a taste for Leo now, but it's been an acquired taste. But you see, this is it. It's always second best. It's always second best. And that's what it is. And that's how I feel. And guys, you're not second best. And I hope you don't think this channel is second best. But I've given it to you from the horse's mouth, as usual. So I would prefer to be elsewhere rather than here on this particular morning. But having said that, lads, whatever you do, make sure you click that like button, the share button, subscribe button, do all those wonderful things, and I'll bring you back another wonderful video very soon. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.